beast of Bladenboro. In the early 1950s, a community of Bladenboro, North Carolina, was laid siege by a mysterious beast that savagely attacked and killed animals and left the residents afraid for their lives, and to go out when the sun went down. To this day, the people of this and surrounding communities still talk about the beast of Bladenboro and fear its return. In December of 1953 through January of 1954, the slow burn of this bloody nightmare began to make its presence known in the community when residents began to encounter the shadowy creature that was described as somewhat feline-like in appearance, similar in size to a dog, with a muscular build, sleek fur, and glowing eyes. At times, people would describe it as a black panther or a bobcat, but something about the features of this beast never quite fit what was typically seen when observing either of these previously mentioned predators. Later, eyewitnesses to the wake of mangled corpses left behind by the beast would say that there was something almost vampiric about this creature's feeding habits, and that the pets that were attacked and savaged were seemingly drained of blood. This beast, whatever it was, seemed to have a special taste for family dogs. On December 31st of 1953, 2 dogs were found near pools of blood near their kennels by their owners. The eyewitnesses said that the dogs looked as though they had been torn into ribbons and crushed. The witness, Johnny Voss, recounted, "My dogs put up a good fight. There was blood all over the porch, big puddles of it, and there was a pool of saliva on the porch. It killed one dog at 10:30 and left it lying there. My dad wrapped the dog up in a blanket. That thing came back and got that dog, and nobody's seen the dog since. At 1:30 in the morning, it came back and killed the other dog and took it off. We found it 3 days later in a hedgerow. The top of one of the dog's heads was torn off, and its body was crushed and wet, like it had been in that thing's mouth. The other dog's lower jaw was torn off. On January 1st of 1954, the beast had struck again, killing 2 more dogs on a local farm. Then the following night, on January 2nd of 1954, another farmer reported that his dog had also been killed in a similar and vicious manner. On January 3rd of 1954, the killing spree of the beast continued with 2 more dogs being found dead. A necropsy was done on one of the 2 dogs that had been savagely preyed upon, and it was reported that there wasn't more than 2 or 3 drops of blood in him. As well, it was reported that the dog that had been examined had had its bottom lips ripped open and its jawbone smashed back by something powerful. Seeming to be satiated for only 1 day, the killing would continue after January 4th. On January 5th of 1954, a pet rabbit was found decapitated during the hours of night. A dog was found dead in a pasture near the local swamp, and a goat was found dead, reportedly with its head flattened. It was at this time that the news of this savage predatory monster had made its way out of the small town of Bladenboro and into neighboring communities, along with the stories of mysterious deaths, earning the creature the moniker, the Beast of Bladenboro. These stories only served to overload the justified fears of the members of the community, while equally seeming to summon every curious outsider and would-be hunter who wanted to make a name for himself by capturing or killing the beast, bringing to mind the scene from the movie Jaws, where copious would-be bounty hunters laid siege upon the docks of the seaside town of Amity to be the first man to kill the killer shark. Although there was a large hunt with many armed men scouring the nearby forest, no real evidence was uncovered, and the beast was neither captured nor killed. But after this, the number of sightings slowly became less and less as the years went on, with the legend of the Beast of Bladenboro becoming a part of the lore of the Appalachian Mountains and of special interest to cryptozoologists and enthusiasts alike. A multitude of hypotheses and theories have developed over time. Skeptics have argued that the killings could have been perpetrated by known animals such as a bobcat or cougar, or even a large stray dog, and that much of the supposed behaviors, purported evidence, and appearance may have been greatly exaggerated by the newspapers and the eyewitnesses alike, due to the fear and hysteria surrounding the events. Others have postulated that the beast may have been an exotic pet that had escaped captivity and found a series of easy meals by feasting on local pets before covertly being taken out, or moving deeper into the forests and swamps, possibly succumbing to the weather conditions to which it was unaccustomed. However, there are those who lean to a much more paranormal origin for the Beast of Bladenboro and see it as a supernatural entity, such as some form of vampire, or still yet, Those who view it as a true flesh and blood cryptid and point out the similarities between the appearance and behaviors of this predator and those of the famed blood-sucking chupacabra. Even though the sightings of the creature seem to stop as suddenly as they begun in the early 1950s, the beast of Bladenboro has become an integral part of the identity of the community of Bladenboro, with the town embracing this mysterious period in their history and turning it into a cause for celebration with the annual Beast Feast. This gives the community of Bladenboro a chance to recount the folklore to the newer generations through festivities, food, and most importantly, storytelling. The beast of Bladenboro has become a niche interest of cryptozoologists and enthusiasts alike, finding its way into books, movies, documentaries, podcasts, and endless discussions about the mysterious and unexplained, leaving people perpetually asking themselves and others, what was the beast of Bladenboro? And will it or something like it ever wreak havoc on Bladenboro or another small town in the Appalachians again? Only time can tell. Shadows crawling closer, they're drawing near, footsteps echo